Welcome back to D20 Tactics. On this channel I play Dungeons & Dragons with my friends, and we explore combat scenarios and play out the tactics used to defeat monsters quickly and safely, giving you more time to get back to roleplaying. I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Saracen0, and today I'm joined by BlindOracle, AzureWolf, Fear No Equal, and LongFish. Together, we'll run through typical battles that adventurers might see playing Dungeons & Dragons. This is the third encounter attacking a Drow raiding camp, so if you missed the start, you can find a link to it in the description below. Grab your dice, draw your sword, and let's jump into combat. Hit points, abilities, spells, items, and hands, starting with Rogue. Tell us what you got.
44 of 44 hit points, holding a short bow, no abilities that don't involve sneak dice.
Cleric, tell us about it.
51 out of 51 hit points. I have my Warhammer and my shield. I have 3 first level spell slot, 1 second level spell slot, and 3 third level spell slots remaining. And both of my channels are minutes.
Thank you very much. Wizard.
I have 40 out of 43 HP, 4 first level slots, 2 second, 2 third. Find Familiar was going to be used during the rest.
Fighter.
I have 55 of 57 HP. I have a Great Axe +1 in hand. I have my Action Surge and Second Wind available.
Monsters, abilities, items, and numbers. So this fight has a Drow Elite Warrior, 2 Drow Regular Warriors, riding 2 Giant Spiders. So patented Saracen0 cavalry formation. Spiders legitimate targets, the riders are legitimate targets. If you kill one, then the other one survives and will fight on. Drow have short swords and hand crossbows and fairy fire and darkness. The Giant Spiders have the ability to throw a web at you, and they can bite you. Drow Elite Warrior is a Drow, so it can cast darkness and fairy fire. It can also levitate, but only on itself. Has a hand crossbow and a short sword, but it has multi-attack, which makes it elite. It can also parry, which is a reaction it can use to increase its AC. It has studded leather armor and a shield, but its dex is quite high. Makes it a little bit better than the regular Drow warriors. Terrain and effects. So the terrain here is a lot of water and a little bit of difficult terrain. It is cramped quarters, as one might expect from a cave network. This is a castle inside of a cave, so things are very tight and constrained in here. In fact, you cannot get to each other without going through difficult terrain. However, this is squeezing area if the spiders try to get into it, so it gives you a little bit of protection from them, because they're going to have to squeeze if they're going to try to get into where you guys are. The water is all difficult terrain unless you have a swim speed. Nobody here has a swim speed, so it's basically just difficult terrain. Tactics, what are you guys thinking?
Ooh.
This feels like ideal for a choke point fight, and I think that I can probably take advantage of something that I've been sitting on for a while, which is a potion of growth, so that I can block a larger choke point. So dependent on initiative, we move up into the narrow corridor, and I either push out to the water entrance, or else if I have to go all the way around, and then use potion of growth to block that point.
Alright, that's definitely a plan.
That's a really good plan. If I'm reading this correctly, the space that is north from the hallway, across from the blocking terrain, that's a valid space to stand in with cover in it, correct?
Yes, you can stand in that.
Okay. Depending upon how the choke point works, I might try to sneak over there and shoot from that rock outcropping, depending on how things go.
Targeting priorities, I feel like we should take the cavalry first. They did not have a huge amount of HP in the previous fight, so maybe knock down the Drow, then knock down the spiders.
I agree.
I would also note that this feels like a good environment for a fireball, just like the last one.
Well, if our DM feels nice enough to line them all up again.
They were all melee combatants last time. Now they are not all melee combatants. Although I foolishly put the ranged combatants in there. I should not have done that.
I mean, if the wizard wins the draw on this one, throw a fireball right down the middle, call it a game.
That'll do it. Anything else, or are we good to go?
I think that's it on my end.
Let's roll up initiative.
Oh god, that's going to be close.
Anybody have higher than a 20?
21.
Anyone have between a 20 and a 15?
17 on the owl.
Who's got between a 15 and a 10?
13 on the wizard.
Who's got between a 10 and a 5? 8 on the Drow Elite Warriors.
8 on the fighter.
4.
Rogue, start us off.
Let's go ahead and move through the party. That'll take me a dash to do it. I'd actually like to duck into the corridor to the south, and then take the hide action. 23, which is good.
That is good. Next is the Owl.
Move him in that corridor with the rogue, please.
After that, we go to the Wizard.
Oh boy, I think this is a fireball.
I guess that's the nature of initiative.
It's going to be a dex save, DC 15, and your damage is going to be 29, half on the save.
29 or 14. Western Cavalry. Spider is going to get +3, so it's going to get a 12. That's going to take full damage, which will die. The Rider is going to take full damage. The Southern Cavalry, the Spider's going to get a 10, which is going to fail. It's going to die. The Rider's going to get 20, so the Rider's going to survive, wishing it didn't. And then the Drow Elite is going to fail. Even with his proficient dexterity save, he's still going to fail and take 29 points of damage.
Gentlemen, I'd like to discuss the tactical value of going first.
Yes.
It's very powerful.
By the way, did that Drow need to take a save for falling off his mount?
Passes the athletics check. What else you got for us, Wizard?
I was trying to count spots there, so it's going to take 10 to get through the...
5 to get to the front, and you would be blocking everybody else, causing the same traffic jam.
Yeah, I think I'll just wait.
This guy's going to go to here and throw a fairy fire onto this group. Wizard, fighter, and cleric, please make dexterity saves. DC is 11 to avoid having fairy fires around you.
Fighter gets a 9.
Cleric gets a 15.
Wizard's failing with a 7.
And then this guy's going to move out of the way. Drow Elite Warrior, he's going to move to there, ready in action to shoot if somebody gets within 30 feet. And that's my turn. After that, we're going to go to the fighter.
I'm going to move up to just outside 30 feet, and then I'll dodge.
After that, we're going to go to the cleric.
There's no way I can see that Drow Elite, right?
You can see him. He's got cover. He's got 3/4 cover. But yeah, you can see him.
Get me within 60 feet of him. I'll drop a Sacred Flame on him. Dex 15.
He's going to pass the 24.
The other would have been a better priority target.
Move me up one more to the south so I don't block the way.
Blocked the way anyways.
After the cleric is the rogue.
That makes moving a little more difficult. Let's take 5 squares of movement to get in front of the fighter. Shoot the regular Drow
Beautiful.
with advantage. 16 plus 8 says 24.
24 connects.
17 points.
He drops.
And then loop back around the corner with the dash action.
And we lose Fairy Fire.
After that is the owl.
Let's move him to that northern area towards the water there.
After that, we're going to go to the wizard.
If I get behind the fighter, I was trying to see what my line of sight is.
You have line of sight to him. He just has 3/4 cover.
That's fine. Firebolt, 14 on the die. I don't think that's going to work.
AC 23 with a cover, so that's going to miss.
Take a couple steps back and go prone.
After the wizard is the drow. We're going to drop darkness, plunge all of you into magical darkness that dark vision cannot permeate. After that, we're going to move in here because we do not have a ready to action. After the drow, we're going to go to the fighter.
Move up 30, which is I think just going to be 25 feet, and then dodge.
After the fighter's the cleric.
I'm gonna dash past the fighter. Alright, that's me.
After the cleric's the rogue.
That's a great question. So we're going to move 5 to the hallway, dash action to get behind the fighter, and then take a hide. 16.
After the rogue is the owl.
So let's fly in there, aggravate the guy for the fighter, and get back down the hall as much as you can.
After the owl is the wizard.
Stand up, dash as far as I can into the water area there.
After that, we go back to the drow. I successfully bought myself a turn and your proximity. Drop the hand crossbow, switch to the short sword, charge the cleric. Swing with the short sword. 18 to hit you.
Nope.
Second attack, 12 to hit you. It's nice knowing y'all. After that, we go to the fighter.
Go ahead and pop in, get to his far side just for fun so that he can't walk away without proccing, and then we're just going to beat on him. That is 19 to hit,
That'll do it.
13 damage. Does darkness require concentration?
It does.
He's going to pass the first one.
17 to hit.
Negative. He's going to dodge that. After the fighter is the cleric.
I will try to dock him prone.
Okay. He's going to get a 24 on his acrobatics check to avoid that.
Beats my 21.
Anything else for you? You got a bonus action? You good?
I'm good.
Tactical note before we go farther. I don't know how much value we're going to get out of knocking him prone, since our rogue will have disadvantage to hit him in that case. I think it only really helps you and me, and we're not the primary damage dealers.
He's also going to go before both of you, so he would just stand back up.
Yeah, it would mean that I have to walk up to stab him, which I can do in this case, and my AC isn't terrible, but it means surrendering hiding.
It's your turn to move up.
I move up behind the cleric, take the hide action, 22 to hide,
22 will hide.
then we're going to shoot the drow. 21 to hit,
21 will connect, even with the cover.
18 points.
Anything else?
So that's me.
Concentration.
He's going to pass the second one. After that, we're going to go to the owl.
Repeat the aggravation for the fighter.
After that, we go to the wizard.
Let's move down, get shot range, fire a firebolt, 25 on the die,
25 will do it.
14.
God, that is lethal. He's going to drop. Port hit points.
51 out of 51 hit points.
55 out of 57.
40 out of 43.
44 of 44.
Any end of encounter actions?
Laugh at his corpse.
That's the first room of the stronghold. After you guys have made it into the base, only evil from here on in. 3 encounters down, 3 more to go before the long rest. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope you'll join us next week as the adventure continues. I'm Saracen Zero, and I'll see you next time.